Hi everyone! Welcome back to Jackie's Picks. Today, I'm going to talk about my favorite game, At the Gates of Loyang. If you like puzzly, mathy, Asian-themed Euros and love to fidget with vegetable meatballs, you will fall in love with this game, just like me. Designed by Uwe Rosenberg, At the Gates of Loyang, or Loyang in Mandarin, was published in 2009. Together with Le Havre and Agricola, At the Gates of Loyang is the last entry of the Harvest trilogy. This game was actually designed before Agricola, but published later. Over 9 rounds, players will plant, harvest, buy, trade, and sell vegetables to regular or casual customers to make money in order to progress on the path of prosperity. Each round consists of harvest phase, card phase, and action phase. During harvest phase, each player turns over a new field, then harvests 1 vegetable from each of their fields and put them in their carts. All players will carry out these actions simultaneously. During the game setup, players should already have planted a vegetable in their home field, so they will have something to harvest on round 1. After everyone has finished harvesting, shuffle the cards and deal each player 4 action cards. Then, the first player from the last round will discard a card to the courtyard. After that, each player can either pick up a card from the courtyard and discard all but 1 card from their hand to end their turn, or discard 1 card to the courtyard to stay in the card phase until it is their turn again. The rules for how the cards come out are slightly modified in a 2-player and solo mode. But no matter how many players there are, players will end up with 2 cards from their hands to play during the next phase. When there is only 1 player left, that player must choose 1 card from the courtyard and 1 from their hand immediately. This player becomes the first player during the next phase, and the second last player becomes the second player. In a 4-player game, the first player will choose 1 of the 2 other players as a partner, and action cards can only affect your partner in that round. This is a very unique mechanic that can be confusing to new players, so I recommend avoiding a full game if you are still unfamiliar with the basics. During the action phase, each player is free to do whatever they can in any order. In this example, I'm starting off my action phase with a 2-pack. We will discuss the buy 2-pack action in more details later on in this video. Then I'm playing the saleswoman card to help me turn the satisfaction marker of this regular customer to the blue side. After discarding the card on top, now this regular customer I got from the 2-pack is available. Next, I'm delivering the pumpkin, turnip, and cabbage in my cart to this casual customer. Since I have more regular customer now than casual customer, I will earn 11 coins from this transaction. Next, I'm discarding this helper to buy a vegetable from my opponent for 1 coin and plant it in an available field. Other possible actions include buying or selling to and from the shop, as well as trading vegetables at market stalls. These 2 regular customers will not get their orders this round, so their markers are flipped to the red side at the end of my turn. The final and most important thing to do at the end of the action phase is to move up on the path of prosperity. The first step always costs 1 coin, and any additional steps cost the value shown on this space. After 9 rounds, the winner is the player whose scoring marker has progressed furthest along their path of prosperity. Personally, I really enjoy games that allow the players to plan and execute a strategy and see it pay off over time. This doesn't mean I like all engine building games per se, but rather I enjoy figuring out how certain cards can be comboed with others to optimize my actions. And this game allowed the players to do just that. However, I have seen this lead to serious analysis paralysis when folks take too long to work out the perfect math. Perhaps this is the reason why many thought Loyang is best as a solo game. At the end of the day, the challenge is to spend the least amount of money to get the most in return. Based on what customer cards one comes across in the card phase, a player will determine what vegetable to buy, trade, plant, and which helper or market stalls to draft in order to meet the demand and earn coins every round. Regular customers are great if you can satisfy their demand, and they pay more money for the same order over time. You also need more of them to get a better payout on casual customers. If I see a regular customer that I can potentially serve the next round with one of the vegetable already planted and ways to obtain and sell the other, either through market stall, my store, or helper car, I will not hesitate to grab that regular customer because it is totally fine to neglect them for one round as long as you deliver to them the next round. By the way, casual customers who want higher value vegetables offer great return on investment. Not only is it important to look out for customers that are best for you, you should also keep your opponents from getting their hands on customers that are valuable to them. If you're really playing competitively, don't forget a hate draft when necessary. You can also use certain helpers to steal customers or trade away key vegetables before they have a chance to maximize their profit. If you draw a card that is perfect for your opponent when buying a 2-pack, make sure to tuck these cards under the other card. The price of the 2-pack is determined by how many helpers or market stalls a player has on the left side of their board. In this case, the price will be 2 coins. If this market stall isn't here, the price will be 1. You get 2 cards from the deck and you can discard all cards or keep 1 card and play it right away. If you want to keep both cards, one of these cards must be tucked under the other card. The bottom card won't be active until the card on top is used or discarded. I usually try to keep the left side of my board pretty empty so I can buy the 2 packs for free or at 1 coin. This means aggressively trade away vegetables at my stall so I can discard the cards when it's empty and use my helper on the turn I play them rather than plan for future turns. In addition to what we just covered, we must also talk about the long and home field dilemma in this game. Players must decide between 3 vegetables to plant in their home field. What do you choose? The cheaper option wheat, the next step up pumpkin, or the more valuable turnip? In theory, the math shows you get what you pay for, provided that you can successfully sell all these veggies to customers. However, this is rarely the case. Most of the time, players will use the vegetables in their home field to trade at market stalls for better vegetables in later rounds. I believe wheat is the best option because it loses the least amount of value when trading and buying, and it leaves you more cash in hand when every penny counts early in the game. It is worth noting that the game allows up to 2 players to choose the same vegetable for their home fields. There are enough wheat customers to go around, but because of the competition, we may see some hate drafting going on. Since I play this game a lot, I avoid choosing wheat as a handicap if I'm playing with people who are new to the game. Another restriction I place on myself is to never take any longs, because I just don't like having any debt, not even imaginary ones. Of course, it's totally silly, and you shouldn't care about things like that. In fact, it could be beneficial to take a long if it can help create early advantage at the right time. For example, if you come across a common field and have the right customer and market stall to maximize its potential, but you just don't have the 2 cash on hand to pay for it. If taking a loan to purchase it can help jumpstart your economy, you should seize the opportunity. Just remember that at the end of the game, for every loan you take, you have to go back a step on the path of prosperity. So only do it if the math makes sense. I've shared some basic strategies for your first game of At the Gates of Loyang in this video. If you're looking for more in-depth analysis, I recommend checking out the Loyang Geek Math thread on BGG Forum by Team Sietz, and I'll post the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!